Okay, greetings everyone. This is First and 2073 with the next episode of Geopolitical Simulator 4 Barbados Island Paradise. And I believe I finally fixed the screen saving problem. I apologize again for all the problems in the past couple of videos. But I think I did actually fix it. I looked it up on YouTube, how to fix it, and I think I fixed it. So hopefully we will be good for this episode. And I'm going to go ahead and start the clock here. I haven't played for about a week, so I'm sort of going to do my own refresher on what the situation is. So we still owe about $4.5 billion in debt. The budget deficit is down to $90 million. That is fabulous. And a negative structural deficit means we are slowly chipping away at the debt deficit, which means it will eventually go away. But we're going to take some action, actually. We're going to take an action to speed things up again. 90 million away. Ooh, look at this. Alright, so there's a gap, growing gap between the rich and the poor. Which means I probably could go ahead and cut the income tax on a new reform, which I don't remember what reform we're on. I think we're on new reform 9. So let's do a new reform 9. And we'll cut the income tax here. Just want to double check. I don't think the people are for it. Oh, no, they are. Wow, look at that. That's pretty popular. Alright, so let's go ahead and add that reform. That should pass. And that was about 2 million, I think it cost us. So, here we go. We're going to go ahead and boost that company turnover. 28 million. That seems to be going down, diminishing, right? So that should be like 26 million total. And we're still that's still good to go. So that's pretty good. Is there anything else I could add? Tax on large fortune. Yeah, that's not enough. Alright, so demonstrations again. Negative for the economy, but great for purchasing power. Interesting debate.
Business leaders are currently marching through the...
That'll eventually phase out, I think.
We are awaiting your...
Interesting debate that I think kind of sprung up on the site this week. The argument over free trade, I think. Let's see. My current GDP is 4.5 billion, and that's up. Oh, I forgot who posted it. There was a post suggesting that, and it might be right actually, if I do purchase from other countries, it will actually have a negative impact on my GDP. Now, my understanding was with purchasing power, if you buy things cheaper from other countries, you have more purchasing power to spend within your own economy. That's my assumption as far as free trade goes. And whether or not that actually works in the real world, I'm not an economist, but that was my assumption. And I think capitalists like Adam Smith would agree.
Have taken control of the square.
Oh, I gotta get involved in this. You know, free trade is not a zero-sum game. Trade is not a zero-sum game. Capitalist theory argues that Adam Smith, capitalist theory at least, argues that there are both sides will benefit from trade. Now, does everyone agree with that? I don't know. Protectionist theorists would oppose that. What do you guys think? I don't know how the mechanism works in the game. Also, if you could, anyone has any insight on how it actually works in the game and they can confirm it, feel free to post that as well. But, yeah, I thought that's an interesting debate, especially now, because the next American administration is going to be, seems like it's going to be more of a protectionist administration under Donald Trump's presidency. So, interesting debate. And military is intervening here, which did cost me some points, but it will put down this rebellion rather quickly. I believe, I hope. These guys seem to be getting locked up. They're going right for my capital. Uh-oh, I gotta get in there. This should scare everybody off. Good, good, good. Cost me a few points, but who cares? I'm in the 80s. Let's send these tanks for the state square. everyone's pretty much getting shut down here. Barricades and protesters. Alright, tanks are gonna scare everybody off, it looks like. Break into the state square and end the uprising. Moving to the bank. As inaccessible by vehicles. What is that? That is the National Parliament. Oh, they better get in there. Ah, there it goes. That takes care of the uprising. Alright, so we still retain about 85%
We have
popularity.
subdued the rebel movement.
And the bill's gonna pass, I think. So that looks good. Other issues that are being brought up. Somebody suggested that there is oil in the south, off the south shore of Barbados. Let's take a look. Let's see if there is some oil down here. Construction. What am I looking for? Oil wells. Right. Position. Or do I need an oil platform? Off the south shore? I am not seeing any oil off the south shore of Barbados. Maybe I need a what is that? Existential crisis? Get out of here. Maybe I need an oil platform. Ah, there we go. There is some pretty good oil around this area. Analyzing. Very weak. Nope. Very weak. Just off the south shore. Very weak. This is all pretty weak, it says. I don't know where, I guess you could get some oil. But is it really worth it? Now, I did also do some other research about oil-producing countries. And the countries with the biggest budget surplus in the world today are the major oil-producing countries. And then I also looked up 5 countries that actually have a that don't have national debt. And oh, you know what? I don't know them off the top of my head. I had them written down. I thought, and I meant to look them up before, but they're 5 like really small countries. I think Liechtenstein was one of them. The Virgin Islands, which is a non-dependent territory of the United Kingdom. And then, I want to say like Brunei, but I'm not sure about that. Oh, law passed. Okay, so couldn't find any real good oil wells. I'll probably continue to, it looks like, well, what's hurting the economy there? The taxes are hurting the economy, but purchasing power is improving. That is from the law on the income tax, which just got passed.
The bill has been...
And
Business leaders
the
are
Federal
currently
Employer Union again is at it again, protesting. Things are looking up. Congratulations.
I'd like to...
Popularity is at 97. And we have an opening of the Summer Paralympics. Okay, so as far as our future status, future objectives for this game so far things are going pretty well, I'd say. I think my first priority is to get a budget surplus. Oil drilling could help, but I don't see a lot of potential down here. Maybe I missed it. Feel free to post if I missed it. But I am considering developing some offshore wind farms, probably in the north off the North Shore, and then dismantling that fossil fuel plant and get all clean energy if possible. I think that'll be a good move for Barbados to create the island paradise. And I hope it hasn't been freezing. I haven't been looking, but we should be good. So objective number 1 is going to be to pay off the budget, to get a budget surplus, which is looking good. I'm going to hold off on oil drilling because I want to retain this group right here, actually,
big breath of fresh
which
air.
is one of the biggest
Really
groups, the ecologist group.
commendable.
I want to retain them for the election, which is coming up sometime soon, I think. February of 2018. Alright, so we got about a year and a half until the election. So, if anything, we'll wait till after the elections to start oil drilling, if we can find it. But I do plan on establishing a budget surplus sometime soon when we are down to we're down to 80 million, which is not going down as quickly as I wanted to. Better to prevent than pollute. Yeah, we're going to talk about environment a little bit, but right now we're good. Meeting with Iceland. Okay, we'll accept that. Another goal is going to be to build an airport to stimulate tourism. And if we do find oil, I was watching something on Barbados, and there is some sort of interest right now in a Barbados Trinidad Tobago pipeline. So if I do get an oil platform, I might try to build a pipeline. I don't know if I can do the water pipelines in this or not, but I might try to do a pipeline to Trinidad. I was thinking about that. That would be pretty. That could probably help the economy, I'm assuming. Other questions I had, if anyone knows the answer, as far as tourism is concerned, do these cultural constructions help to stimulate tourism? Does anyone know? I should probably post this on a forum online, or look on a forum online. But if these cultural institutions do boost tourism, then we probably want to start investing in that once we pay off the debt and get a budget surplus going. So airport, cultural buildings, Trinidad oil pipeline, and then maybe host some like international events to help to stimulate tourism as well. There's different events we can host. Well, there's probably sporting events we can host, right? Are there sporting events? The Olympics is one, but I think you could probably get other events somewhere, because they do have these regional sporting events that occur. I'm gonna have to look into that. Cultural events for sure. Different types of themes. We can have film festival, festival of independent film, festival of animation film, theater festival, international literature fair, festival of classical music, song festival, rock festival, comic book festival, video game festival, jazz festival, world music, dance, musical comedy, circus, international exhibit and photo festival. So there's a lot of different festivals there. And once we start once we get into the budget surplus and pay off most of our debt, I think that's going to be the next step. Try to host some successful events. And we can also organize possibly some new regional organizations, maybe like an economic market, which is a free trade area that promotes development of trade between member countries. Custom duties are eliminated. Embargoes, of course, are prohibited. Alright, so maybe we can do something like that in the regional area. I don't know who that would include. Cuba, Dominican Republic, Haiti, Jamaica, Puerto Rico, the Bahamas, and Trinidad. Huh. Cuba, huh? I don't know if Cuba will actually join. Well, that's an option. Monetary Union, a Caribbean currency. Monetary Union is a group together. Monetary Union groups together countries using the same currency in order to develop trade and economic activity. The rate for the common currency is fixed relative to the founding country's currency. Aha! This sounds like the 1944 Bretton Woods Conference that the United States basically fixed all the world's currencies to, except for maybe Russia, to the dollar. Regular meetings between heads of states are held to decide interest rates charged by member countries' banks. That's interesting. Oh, and then you have maximum annual deficit allowed. Interesting. That's an option. Or we can go into producing countries. I don't think there's much we can produce. I think you have to select similar productivity. You have to select a particular activity. Services. Could you do tourism? Right now I can't do anything. Agriculture. Alright, something's wrong with that. That stinks. Alright, and then there's political and military. Political military organization combines countries with common strategic positions who commit to support and defend each other. I'm not going to be... I think I'm going to go for more economic market or monetary union. I think I'll try the economic market first, tie people closer together, and then go for a monetary union. And we'll do it in the Caribbean. Again, once I get a budget surplus and... Oh, no, I don't want to do that. Once I get a budget surplus and a... Oh, here we go. And pay
Good
off my debt.
morning. I didn't come empty-handed.
Okay, so they want to buy sodas from us, I guess. We are producing 5 sodas. They want to buy... See if they can buy 5 sodas. And let's get that price up. I guess this would be a sale. That might stimulate the economy, right? No, they're not interested. Alright, get out of here. Oh, my popularity is at 100%. Look at that. Things are looking good in Barbados. Public finances are spectacular. Yugoslavia. Oh, we're down to 60 million. Alright, those tax cuts worked out really well.
Good morning. I didn't come empty-handed. In fact, I wanted you to see in order to submit...
Cereals? Are they trying to sell us cereal? I'm not going to buy. Right? I'll go ahead and... get out of there. I'll go ahead and take your suggestion and not buy stuff. You better be right about that. Alright, we're going to try to fast forward to the end of the month here, end of the month of September, and then we'll end up getting our numbers on projected growth rates for the next quarter, for the fourth quarter, as well as whether or not we had a budget surplus. We shouldn't have had a budget surplus. And hopefully we'll be able to pay off more of our debt, which will drive down... Ow! The deficit went up to 70 billion. What is going on with this deficit? Okay. 70 million. Was it 60 million? But the structural deficit seems to be doing very well.
Our fellow countrymen's purchasing power has been increasing lately.
Okay, that should affect the amount of people living in poverty, right? That is going down. That's gone down about 2%. That's pretty good. Public finances are looking good. People are leaving the country. Population growth has declined. Birth rate. The other thing I want to also do once I have established my position, economically, try to increase the standard of living on the island and get that life expectancy up. That's 75. Be cool if I can have one of the highest life expectancies in the world. That would be cool. That could be an objective for Barbados. Right now we're into October, and it's been about 20 minutes, I think. So that's going to be the end of this episode. As soon as I find out what's going on with the budget surplus. Did we have a surplus? Alright. Oh, no, we didn't. We have to issue more debt.
Our fiscal performance in the last quarter is poor and shows a deficit.
Give me a break.
Undoubtedly, you...
Well, we're at 60 billion. Alright, so I definitely cut the deficit a little bit here. My GDP is growing, I think. Finance. Growth rate. GDP. It grows, it's growing slowly. It grew a lot in March. Skyrocketed in March. And there's been some steady growth since. So that's good. Unemployment is down to 6.67, and inflation remains low. Growth is at 3.65. So generally, this is a good pace, and I'll probably pass another bill in October, and I'm hoping that we didn't freeze. I'll find that out in a second. Thank you for watching. I'm going to be coming up with some new series soon. Unemployment is like, wow, this is going really well. I think this is going really well with Barbados. We're beginning.
Here's our growth forecast for the end.
An island paradise. Okay, hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all the likes and comments and support. Feel free to continue to comment on the videos, support the channel, and thank you for watching.